What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. You know I got another banger for you, so kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Y'all, it is finally happening. Halfway through the season, damn near, and Christie seems to finally be trusting the team with Caitlin Clark, handing her the keys, giving her the green light, taking the shackles off of Clark. We've been screaming free Clark for quite some time, and it seems like after that last triple-double, she definitely has the ultimate green light. Now, we've heard Saad say this before. She's telling Caitlin to shoot, but it seems like she's really getting on board and really just at a point where she is supporting Caitlin. She's got Caitlin Clark's back right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to make a case for my players. She's, first and foremost, she's the most competitive human being I've ever met. I really compare her to Diana Taurasi. She's always looking to find ways to get better. How can I help the team? What can we do? But she found a rhythm tonight. She's, the timing for our players is getting better every game. So some of the ones that, some of the shots that, those passes that she was making early, we just weren't ready for them. Now that chemistry is there, that timing is there, and that's going to keep getting better. But she just wants to win. She just wants to win. And to me, I mean, she's going to be my Rookie of the Year every day. Every day.
A lot of people feel like that triple-double, also on top of getting the win against the New York Liberty, this team is playing their best basketball of the year. I have been extremely critical of Christie Sides from the rotation she's thrown out, the fact that Christy Wallace as well as Erica Wheeler are still getting valuable minutes, the fact that they cut Celeste Taylor for a big that we really haven't seen much, but hey, Dante's got that 3-ball though, salute to her. But the Celeste Taylor move was suspect. The rotations have been suspect. Taking Caitlin out after she catches fire has been suspect. The substitute, everything, every decision, the adjustments, letting Angel Reese beat you, destroy you, just annihilating Alyssa Smith. No timeouts called. You have a 12-point lead in the fourth. No timeouts called. No in-game adjustments. No switches when Angel Reese was killing you and they went on a 9-0 run. Just the lack of awareness. The lack of just integrity at times, man. Just selling games outright, it felt like. Just with some of the decision making. I've been very critical of Christie Sides. I get that. And Christy Wallace as well. But it seems like with the last couple of games, they've won 2 of their last 3. Especially knocking off the Liberty, a game that a lot of people did not expect them to win. They move above 500 at home. They jumped the sky in the latest rankings. They are now 7th in the standings right now at 9-13. There's a lot of momentum building, and I think this is the type of win that can just catapult them through into this break, first of all, that is much needed. I think that the Fever will benefit more than just about any team in the league. Playing the most games so far, playing 8 games in 11 days to start off the season, having very limited practice time, limited time to build chemistry with a young team, with a lot of new faces. That is going to be key for them. And Coach Sides, I think, is starting to come along. I've been very critical of her, and I know a lot of us have, especially in the live chats. But it seems like we're seeing more offense being run, not a whole lot of just straight ISO and ball watching. They're playing faster. We saw they were in that 10 and in against the Liberty, getting shots off early in the shot clock, finding offense, and not just waiting for things to break down late in the shot clock. We saw some plays being run. We need more plays being run, especially for Clark and Mitchell off ball, like to get them open to get space, how Iowa used to run those double screens. We need more of that. We need more cutters and stuff like that. We definitely need more. But we're seeing improvement, steady improvement from Sides with the play calling, with the matchups. I thought it was very, very bold to have Alyssa Smith guarding Breanna Stewart, but held her to 14 points. Leah Boston held Jonquel Jones to just 6 points. So I gotta salute Christie Sides. I have been very critical, and I'm willing to give her flowers. I'm not apologizing or nothing like that, because I think it's too early. There's still a lot of games left, a lot of season left. But I am man enough to give her flowers when I feel like they're due. She coached her best game against the Liberty. They head into a very winnable game against the Washington Mystics. So I'm expecting this. I mean, the schedule is getting a lot easier for them. And I think they're going to be the favorite in majority of their games going down to the break. But the break is going to be crucial. Christie Sides has to continue this, though. One game does not make us forget everything. Let's be clear. She has been, I think, a detriment to Caitlin overall for the most of the season. But taking the shackles off was the perfect time at home in front of a packed house. You got a generational potential talent, and you finally let her loose. She gets her first triple-double in Wnba in her career, but also the first for a rookie ever. And only the 33 players that have gotten a triple-double. So we saw Caitlin Clark look comfortable. She has struggled mightily, I think, under the tutelage of Coach Sides. I think she struggled to adjust. I think Coach Sides has really not put her full trust into Clark until recently. It feels like she finally has that full trust now. It feels like she believes that Caitlin can win them games. Letting the offense flow through her, we saw what happened. She's making life a lot easier for everybody around her. The ball moves fluid, it moves fast, and they get open shots. And that's what you want. You want the offense to flow, and you want everybody to get involved. The Fever have a lot of talent on that roster, and they're dang sure good enough to make the playoffs. It seems like, to me, that they are following the blueprint that the Aces did, stacking top picks, building a young core, surrounding them with vets that can contribute, role players that can mesh well with this group, and you build this young core up until they're ready to really just take off and make some noise in the league. I think the Fever are very much so ahead of schedule. I also think Coach Sides is far away from Coach Becky Hammond. So that's the thing. Is she the long-term answer? I don't know. The word is still out, I feel like, on Kelsey Mitchell. There's nobody else on the roster that can do what she does. But if they could move her for like a Sky Diggs, I don't think Seattle's taking that trade by any means. But if they could make that swap, since Mitchell is at the end of her contract, that would be the type of player that Sky Diggs is I think, would complement Clark better than just an ISO bucket getter. Now, don't get me wrong, Mitchell is a straight bucket and one of the best scorers in the league. There's not a lot of players that can just get to the cup like she does and make things happen when the offense is completely broken down late in the shot clock. I'll give her that. But the jury's still out. I don't think she complements Caitlin's game, to be honest. Then you got Erica Wheeler. Got to get her out of there as well, man. And Christie Wallace. Got to upgrade these positions, whether it's in the draft or free agency. But Wheeler and Mitchell, with them gone, that is a lot of cap space that you can play around with and explore, bringing in some other stars to play with Clark, and Aaliyah Boston. Build around them too. I think it felt for like at a time that they would have to choose between these two with two contrasting styles. And it seemed like Coach Sides was all in on running this thing through Aaliyah Boston, feeding the post and turning Caitlin into just an entry post pass player type of guard. And it worked for 4 games. I will say Aaliyah Boston has been incredible. She needs to be one of the focal points of this offense. But trying to play in the post and dominate against Seattle, who's leading the league in blocks, is just nuts of a strategy to me. But I do think that now that we've seen that they can win multiple ways, Caitlin can really make things happen when she can get down court in the break. They're playing better defense against the Liberty. If they can force turnovers and get those fast break points, that's when they are at their best, where Caitlin has the defense on their heels, is moving that basketball and making plays. This team has a bright future, but I think right now, it's very promising right now even. There is a lot of talent, and I think they have the opportunity to solidify a playoff spot and make some noise in that first round. They are going to be a tough first round opponent, I think, just because they can absolutely score, and they're really good at closing out games as well in crunch time. So I look for the Fever to, I think, have a better second half of the season than they did the first. I think they'll come out. The chemistry will be much improved. And I think they handle business against the Washington Mystics tomorrow as well. I love what Leah Edwards is doing, but they're banged up down there. And I just think the Fever have too much firepower. They're playing great basketball. They're starting to peak. at the right time, and I think Coach Sides definitely just coached her best game. We'll see if she can keep it up, though, man, because Shady Sides, she ain't out the doghouse yet, but I do think she is working hard to save her job. I know a lot of people wanted to see her clipped at the Olympic break. Obviously, that's not happening. If they make the playoffs, no way they get rid of her. Can they bank on her, though, showing loyalty more so to the development of this young core instead of relying on her loyalty to the vets, Wallace and Wheeler, and these other type of players that she brought with her? Can she put the development of the team first? I don't think she did that initially. I think we're seeing it more so now. But, hey, they need to bring back Celeste Taylor somehow, some way. Get Wallace up out of there. I'm just saying. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Do y'all feel like Coach Sides is trusting Caitlin more? It definitely feels like it to me. She's giving her the green light. She's giving her the keys to the offense, loosening the strains a little bit on her, taking off the shackles and letting her play. And we saw what happened. She was incredible. She was dishing. She was dropping dimes, and she was making it look easy. So we'll see. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, though. Holler at your boy. That's a wrap for us. Until next time, I'm Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. This is the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. Until next time again, hey, we out.